It is fine and prominent. That's how my
Did it work?
I think.
Okay, are we live?
I don't want my go forward doing this. I want to drive.
Yeah.
What did you name the show? Oh, there we go. E-Cialis. There we go.
It works.
Drip tips. Sody pop tips.
Oh, they have an e-marijuana flavor too, but the FDA didn't say anything about that. I guess that's the DEA.
Yeah, I don't know. Just something about the Chinese pharmaceutical industry adding random powders to e-liquid just gets me excited. Like, it's kind of amazing exactly how much of a free-for-all it is, because they have all of that pharmaceutical manufacturing technology and they can basically do whatever the hell they want it to do. Especially if they're shipping it for export. Like, it's not like the Chinese government's cracking down on these people. Like, fuck it, let's just make mass amounts of fentanyl and research chemicals and apparently fucking e-liquid with Cialis in it and just party. Oh, to be a Chinese chemist.
Super Colada. I'm just looking at their addition agents.
Balls.
Super Colada with mint, throat soothing agents, flavor enhancer, stabilizer agent.
I just like the fact that these are probably some sort of like weird horse chemicals.
Yep.
Like as much as you want to give shit to the FDA for the vaping regulation thing, they do tend to keep shit like this from happening domestically, which is probably good.
Yes. So welcome to the Stop Pants, Black Tits, whatever the fuck, however Colt says, 80,000 things radio show. Yeah, I'm going to be hosting this along with Rick, Pretty Matthew, Exclusive Girl, and Graham's popping in and out. Sometimes, hopefully not, but we'll see.
As usual, Graham's kind of there.
But we have a different background, different setup. Sure. Let's just get this over with.
Well, this is just about us being browbeaten to show up for 6 weeks while Colt does his stuff because he doesn't want to lose the precious Stopgap time slot. Which I don't know how much competition there is for this level of quality content on YouTube. I think we'd be safe, but here we are.
You never know. Might get like some challengers.
Yeah, but I mean, we dispense with them summarily and with great violence. So,
well, there's a chance we could just give them some E-Cialis, and then we'd just be bros.
We'd both be just horned up bros. Oh, speaking of horned up,
they have a mustard flavor.
All right, for all listeners, Pretty Matthews found probably the greatest e-concentrate supplier or e-liquid vendor I've ever heard of, and they just got everything. They got everything.
I cannot endorse this. Unfortunately,
coward.
Not down with the mustard flavor.
No, this is pretty amazing though. So for the listeners, for the viewers, the FDA has been continuing to send out warning letters to vendors and manufacturers, seeing depending on what they have going on. And I stumbled across perhaps the greatest warning letter that has been issued thus far to a company called HelloSig.com. They received a warning letter for selling and marketing e-liquid containing the chemicals found in Viagra and Cialis, and marketing them as E-Cialis, which is just fantastic. They also said that they're FDA approved by the FDA.
What I really want to know is, like, is it two different brands? Like, do they have the E-Cialis and the E-Viagra, or do they just like
No.
throw them all in one and it's just like E-Cialis?
And that's one of the things they got in trouble for, because, well, I mean, there's a whole litany of things, but there's one of the big issues is that
Do you combine E-Cialis and Viagra?
well, we confirm through laboratory analysis that your Rimonbant Hello Sig E-Liquid contains undeclared sildenafil, and your E-Cialis Hello Sig E-Liquid contained undeclared sildenafil and tadalafil.
Do you want to
So-
share your screen?
I don't know how to do that. I shared the link into
How dare you?
the
You should put it up.
yeah. So not only are they selling these products, which are prescription medications that you're supposed to go to your doctor to be able to get, but there's also undeclared prescription. There's undeclared prescription medication in some of these that they don't list that they're in there. Which these ones, it's all fun and games to like joke about Viagra and Cialis and everything.
Right.
They're PDE5 inhibitors, right? So they can interact with other medications that people take. So like if you take nitrates and you take any of the or PDE5 inhibitors, you can lead to a potentially deadly drop in blood pressure. That's like one thing that they're always like very strict about with these. If you go to the hospital, they always got to know if you're taking these kind of things, if they think you're having a heart attack or whatever. So the fact that they have these in the medication, or they have these medications in e-liquid without it being listed, if you're even brave enough to order this and vape it, which obviously they must be, or this wouldn't be a product on the market, but this could potentially like kill somebody.
99% pure nicotine is FDA approved product with FDA. The 100% pure nicotine is FDA approved product.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like the Chinese, like legitimately do not give a fuck.
No, they're like, we're in China. What are you going to do?
Yeah, they just don't care at all.
The other great part was the unapproved new drug violations, but then don't forget about like the labeling. So like the labels and the advertising has pictures. So like the E-Cialis Hello Sig E-Liquid has a picture of a Cialis bottle and tablets like on the advertising for this product. So it's also just like straight like copyright and trademark infringement as well.
What's the issue over there? Like, they actually don't give a fuck, but they're actually super smart people, right? So there's got to be some sort of.
Well, it's an exporter. It's an export economy, and really, when you're dealing with that kind of economy, like they only give as much of a shit as you make them give. Like they're just out, and I'm like not faulting them. It's like the system they're in, but like they only give as much of a shit as you make them give.
But like they're destroying their own land. You know what I mean? Like you can't see through the air there. You know what I mean? They're jumping off buildings in droves. Like what kind of quality control for life do they have over there?
Like if you take a look at where China was before Mao showed up and where it is now, to advance that far in such a short period of time, like I'm not saying that the Chinese regime is a good regime. What I'm trying to say is the technological progress, even at the expense of the environment that they've made, is goddamn impressive.
Have you ever been there, dude? Like you can go like 10 minutes outside of the cities and it's like going back 100,000 years. Like shit that's never been touched. Or it has, but like,
Well, it's also gigantic. Like the landmass of China is absolutely astounding. Like people, it's easy for us to forget about like just how big. You know what? I don't.
And we're already big.
Well, I don't think a lot of Americans like have an idea about how big like other countries are. Like Iraq is huge. Afghanistan is huge.
Yeah.
Like we look at it on a map and we don't think about it being that big because of the way the maps are laid out. But like Afghanistan is gigantic. Iraq is gigantic. Russia is like 7 or 8 time zones.
Yeah, I think Russia gets blown out of proportion because we're used to the Mercator projection of the globe.
Oh, right, because they took the round and then they spread it out. Yeah. Yeah,
so I mean, Russia is large, but it isn't nearly as large as the map makes it look.
Yeah, but it's still like pretty good size.
Yeah. And it's also not that big because they all live in the East anyway.
Is that like Canada, where like 70% or 80% of the population lives along the American border?
Yeah. Like almost all of them live in what's in the Europe part, not the Asia part.
How many? You know what? How many time zones does China have? I'm curious about this.
I'm gonna say 5. Yeah, I'm thinking 4 or 5. I know Russia's 8, I'm pretty sure you were right with 8. Some of them are fucking huge.
5 time zones in China.
Also, I'm really happy that an advertisement for E-Cialis Hello Sig E-Liquid on Twitter and Tumblr state Cialis, with an image of a product and a partially undressed couple embracing. The caption states, "Wow, have you tried our E-Cialis? It's amazing, lol."
No bullshit. We're in end times. You know this, right? Like, you know that this is the end of the world. Like this is all just proving it. You got vaping fucking soda. What the fuck's going on here?
I'm just like imagining.
Did that ever come out? Oh, Russia has
It's
11, by the way.
11, damn. All right. No, like I don't think that's shipped yet.
Stores in Moscow.
But I'm still. If anyone wants to send us one, just let us know.
I still want one, dude. I can't wait.
Did that ridiculous soda vape thing ever actually release?
Oh, no, that's what we're talking about. Like, it hasn't shipped yet, as far as I know. But I think it's releasing.
Could you imagine?
It's smog. They're not gonna just not release it.
No, they got a V2.
No, it was Smoant.
Samoant. Yeah, they're even more likely to release it then.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I really can't. Soda vape thing. Google.
You want that thing too? I can tell.
I just want to.
You want a vape soda, right?
Do
you know this? Do you know about this?
I want a vape soda and E-Cialis.
I don't want a vape soda.
Come on.
I barely want to drink soda.
It's not American.
The Campbell.
It's awesome.
It is completely ridiculous. It's like the most ridiculous thing.
I can't wait.
I just want a vape soup.
It says buy now. It says buy now on the Smoant site.
I can't wait for like broth.
Is there a review?
Demi-glace.
Actually gonna vape soda though?
I'm gonna vape demi-glace.
Dude.
It's like a bong type of thing, right?
Yes.
Like you put the soda in, and then the vape is supposed to go like down and through it.
I wonder if you put alcohol in it, if it would cause the alcohol to
make it rad
enough so that you get drunk while you're vaping.
There's a tube that goes up your ass at the same time, and it shoots it up there. That's the alcohol part, because then it doesn't lose any of the potency.
No, seriously, I've got my next YouTube stunt video. The next time I hit a subscriber milestone, I'm gonna vape through sour cream.
Yeah, it was like 2% red bean.
Yeah.
Right. 2% red bean in the sour cream. I think that's a hit.
You just gotta take a real hard draw on that. I could do it though. I've got big lungs.
You need one of those football hats where you have like sour cream on one side and salsa on the other. It's all going into your vape. And then like a beer up your ass. Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude.
Just put some cream soda in it, some E-Cialis.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's a first look YouTube video up on the that Moan thing.
Oh no.
There's a what?
Just want to like see someone actually hold it up to their head, and it's the size of their head.
It's just he's just doing the video where it's like POV down to the table, and he's like, and it's from Eligo Mall, which is like a Chinese distributor of hardware. So I don't think it is gigantic though.
Is it like the original VCRs? We have to wear a backpack.
Dude, it is huge.
I hope so. I hope it goes into like 2 liters.
Oh, he's got a bottle of Chinese Coca-Cola he's going to pour into it. Oh my god.
Which is like not Coca-Cola, like at all.
No, I think it is Chinese Coca-Cola.
You know that that's another thing they do is they just straight up start companies that have already been started. Like there was like 9 Apple stores in China that had nothing to do with Apple at all.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. They are so awesome. They just say, hey, well, we're going to do the same company. We're going to call it the same thing.
You barely put any soda in it. You only put in like that much soda. It has like a max fill line, so you only put in like this little teeny tiny bit at the bottom.
It's supposed to be like 3 milliliters or something.
It's gigantic, but you only put in this little bit. What is going on?
How is it?
It's because it's got a giant filter in it to filter out all the bad shit. Because you're putting soda in it, and you're gonna inhale soda.
Yeah,
so ridiculous.
I like how everyone's giving Flavor West fucking shit for that yellow cake, and meanwhile people want to vape soda. That's crazy.
The Flavor West yellow cake is delicious.
It
is. It certainly is.
It just will destroy anything you put it into. But it is.
How is this thing not? How is this thing not doing that? Because isn't soda like just straight sugar? I got a soda right in front of you.
But you're not actually supposed to be heating the soda up to the point where it's like
caramelizing.
Right. Yeah,
no, he's vaping off of it. He's vaping off of it.
Oh, I gotta watch this. Where is this at? On YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Hold on, I'll share it.
I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna get one of these. I'm not kidding. I absolutely will have one of these. And then I'm gonna mod it.
The 12-minute mark. Yeah, go to the 12-minute mark to see him actually to vape off of it. Oh man.
It's just soda. It tastes so good. Yeah.
No, see, I would just put shortening in there and wait until it like melted.
Oh, no, there we go. We could forget E-Cialis. We just make a keto line, and it's just like shortening and Kerrygold butter. Like that's all it is.
This is the keto vape.
Vaping your Wonder Flavors Brazilian coffee through melted butter.
Yeah, that's
the bullet.
Is it just me, or does the guy vaping it seem like he's really suggesting sucking a D?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it would be hard not to with that, though.
Maybe he just enjoys it that much because it is soda. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Soda. I mean, after all.
I mean, I'd be excited if I had that shoved in my face, too.
I want to be able to vape cookies next. Can we do? Is that possible? Can we vape cookies? A solid?
Graham, this seems like the kind of thing that you'd buy and then like try to convince me that it was really a good idea. Like
I'm gonna convince you that it's a good idea. You watch. You'll be reviewing it. You'll be like, "This is horse shit." Like when no one's around.
Hey, I know this sounds weird, but you really gotta try this Smollett Campbell. Dude, bro, it's good.
We're gonna go to Vegas, and that's all it's gonna be. It's just like try the Smollett. Just gonna be Graham like walking around with a 9-inch dildo of a fucking mod.
I hope they have one. I hope they have them there. I hope
so do I.
Your lips in God's ears.
I mean, I would definitely go if Samoa's there, and I can actually just see that in person and like watch a human being try to like actually use one with dignity.
Dude, I'm gonna mod it. I'm gonna have cookies, dabs, soda. So it's gonna be a complete vaporized version of my actual diet. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
I mean, couldn't you just put cookies in like a dry herb vaporizer?
Yeah. Whoa, you probably could.
You just blew his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Actually, that's gonna taste like really burnt cookies.
Hey, listen! Don't ruin my party.
No, start with the raw dough. You'll end up with the cookie in the end.
I'm not making raw dough. I'm gonna make it.
That way you get it both. That way you get to vape it as it cooks, and then you get to eat it when it's finished.
And you know how I'll keep it in the community, so I'll get just sugar cookies, and then I'll use the flavorings to make it whatever flavor I want. See, and then we still fuck around. But I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna do that right now.
I'm gonna end up in Vegas under an underpass vaping like Graham's E-Cialis out of his Campbell soda can mod.
Yeah. We're all gonna die.
Take any headphones.
So whoever gets Campbell first needs to fill it up with Red Bull and then vape Red Bull flavored liquid through it.
I'll make everybody.
I'm gonna make Red Bull worse.
There we go.
If somehow my one shots sell an extra like $70 this month, I'll pick it up. How's that?
The soda one? Can you pre-order?
Dude, it's available. It looks like it's available for sale now.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is the time of the month I got money.
On the next episode of Good Financial Decisions with Graham.
Hey, there's no. Yeah, it's just I mean, what do I got planned?
Hey guys. Hey guys, it's your boy Graham here with the new Campbell soda can mod.
They're just begging you to. They're just begging you to vape soup. I mean, it's like they're just begging. That's what they're doing. Why would they name it Campbell? Yeah. They're like, here, you can vape any liquid you want. It's just soda, but we're gonna name it Campbell.
Who knows? Who knows what China does? Who knows what China does with these? Why they do what they do with these devices? Because we buy some stuff from China, and then like part of my thing is like I go and I do the R&D on like new devices and hardware and stuff that we're gonna pick up. So I'm always like talking with them about different stuff. And so I get tons of emails now from the manufacturers whenever new devices come out, and I just look at half of them like nobody asked for this. Like nobody wants. Like now there's a new pod device.
Oh, very good.
It's like a wider one of these, right?
Oh, yes.
But it has a hinge in the middle, so you can turn it, and it turns into a heart, and then it has like a little clip, so you can have like
make a heart.
You have like a heart.
This one to make a heart.
Pendant to wear around, and I'm just like,
That's a bit.
Pretty much you version 2 vape Doritos.
I'm like, nobody wants this. Like, no, there's no. Now the problem is like American.
I do.
Why does your Chinese guy sound like
I know.
Dirty Randy?
It's like I don't know what I want until they tell me.
Oh my God, Graham! It's gonna taste just like
it's gonna sell. Like it's gonna sell, but it's like nobody. There's no need for this.
Oh, the Americans don't know, but they want to.
Wait, do you remember that guy on Reddit who made that Bloody Mary recipe?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Can you imagine?
It's gonna taste just like that, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. Yeah, I can't.
Tomato soup and a Bloody Mary recipe. There you go.
I can't. Goddamn, I can't.
That
wait.
autist.
I'm gonna vape fucking cake. How about that? Screw Favorite West yellow cake. I'm gonna vape real cake.
Through cake batter.
It's gonna be so rad.
I'm gonna vape pants.
Yeah. Clothes. Oh, version 4. You vape clothes. Do your laundry.
I'm only buying it if I can get it on a lanyard.
I'm just waiting for some dumb kid to try to vape cat pee after watching South Park.
Oh, you can vape through Tide Pods.
I want to see him vape a cat. That's gonna livestock.
You can fill it up with Tide and vape through that.
Oh, this is gonna be so awesome.
Give me a quarter E-Cialis, a quarter cat piss, a quarter dad's piss, and a quarter of actual juice.
Well, Pretty Matthew, I believe they call that the Amanda Todd.
Ding.
Hey. Well,
I'm glad that the appropriate amount of time has passed for me to make that joke.
Oh, too soon.
I'm very proud of that joke.
God bless.
Well.
Oh, so hey, fucking Kyle, what do you think of the Citadel?
I like it. It's really good. I don't think you'll like it though.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking hate all those things. I was just trying to make conversation, you dick.
Yeah.
What if you could vape the Citadel?
It's for me. It's not for you.
Yeah. You people with your tiny goddamn mouths and your little 22 millimeter atomizers.
Your little suck my mod mouth.
Which one's the Citadel? Is that the new Cyclone?
It's the one that looks like the Hadley
with the Ultim reducer inside of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flavor is really concentrated. It's really good. I vape like 6 milligrams in it though.
It's completely different. It's pretty similar, isn't it, to the Hadley? Like real close, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There's not much more they can do, right? Like,
did they do the same thing with the Entheon, where it has like the reversible plates on the tops? That way you can have your coil legs go either way.
No.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Didn't the what's it called have that, right? The
no, it's just straight up flatheads.
The Serpent did not do that. Something like that.
I mean, the Entheon was a fantastic atomizer. I just wish it had been shorter. It was just like super tall, even with like the shorty cap they put out.
Do you get the profile?
Dear God, though, that default drip tip on the Entheon. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah,
I hate when they do that, dude. Like the Flav does that too.
Oh, where they put like this tiny ass, like super short profile drip tip.
God, dude, have you seen the one for the GR1?
Yeah.
I love that one. I have that one on something else right now.
But the drip tip that comes with it is fucking ridiculous.
No, I kept that drip. I sold my GR1 and I kept the drip tip. I told the person that I sold. I was like, I'm keeping the drip tip. Sorry.
I put it on top of a metal one.
I love those little teeny tiny drip tips.
You like putting your mouth around the actual
coil?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just stick it right on the coil.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I like the way those super low profile ones look.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a marketing ploy. I think they want people to feel like they're suckling from the teat.
Yeah, except for if the teat was like at 500 fucking degrees and on your lips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's I like the way it looks, and you can buy a bunch of the different ones though. But
oil.
Yeah, spitting all the.
That means you're not building right.
I got this this like megavolt or whatever mod, and it came with this ultra low profile.
The low pro.
Yeah, it was so.
Yeah, the worst fucking thing in the world. Yeah.
I could barely fit a tiny coil in there.
Listen, I got one of those for a penny. Yeah, I got one of those for a penny. Penny was too much.
Yeah, I have like 40 of those things.
I can't give this away. No
Do
one.
not. Don't judge RDAs because I know that you fuck with just the TF-V8s and all that, like the tanks.
This particular RDA.
I know, I have it. I have like 4 of them.
Every right to be judged.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying don't judge other RDAs by that one.
I have good RDAs that I like.
Yeah, that was the worst.
I have some RDAs I like. I'm saying this one was garbage. So
Graham, can you help me design an atomizer that looks exactly just like a nipple?
Yes.
There already
Can
is
you
one.
put it on top of the Campbell?
I'm talking painted and everything.
Okay.
Like
So I had a low pro, and I managed to fit some tiny little aliens into it.
Yeah.
How?
Sideways.
I'm trying to see if I still have. I'm trying to see if I still have pictures because I took pictures because nobody. I went through a period where I was like a builder, where I was like all into like.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Trying to build like fancy stuff. Like, I don't care anymore, but like, so somebody gave me that somebody gave me one of those too at a show because nobody could figure out how to get a build into it.
You're the worst.
24, and like
That
that's
was
about it.
That was the original Squonk atomizer. I thought it was going to be a Squonker,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you use it as a Squonk, it was
okay. It worked a little bit.
It was somewhat okay, but yeah, there was a lot of problems with that atomizer.
But they had a spitback plug on it, so you want to get spitback.
You remember those fucking drip tips with the honeycomb?
Oh yeah.
So many people melted those.
Oh, so did I.
Everyone, it doesn't. You hit the bottom.
I gotta send you my old Mirage ABV.
Oh, is that
it's a little Filipino RDA, but like basically when you suck through the drip tip, there's a little flap that comes up and gives you more airflow if you suck a certain amount.
What?
Why?
But no. But it's actually like one of the best vapes I've ever had. It's incredible fucking flavor atomizer. But here's the problem: you can't drip through the drip tip because of the design, and
top off.
And it's a 3-piece.
Get the fuck out of here.
Or a 3-post.
Yeah.
Oh,
the OG 3 posts.
Like the original Derringer.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I have pictures. I have a picture of an alien in the low pro.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah, just because you'll get an incredible vape off it.
It should have had. You know, it would have made it a little bit better. Is if it was like deck was
if it was bigger.
Ceramic. Well, yeah, but that was the point. They wanted it so small, but everything didn't fit, and it just melted as you. I mean, it could have been ceramic instead of that bullshit plastic they put on the bottom of it.
That's true, but it was one of those things where it's like you tried to make it like an 11mm build deck or something like that in height, and you're like, okay.
There's a lot of them. Like, it's so weird that like little teeny tiny things can make such a huge difference. Because that one's terrible, but then the Derringer was good. But they're not completely.
But they're worlds apart at the same time.
They are. Yeah, they really are.
And it's just because they made it a couple of millimeters smaller.
Dude, I can't stop talking. It's been a couple of weeks now, dude. And I know that you guys say I say that every week, but it's been a couple of weeks. The profile is ridiculous. Like ridiculous. I actually went and bought another one. It's crazy how good it is.
Wait, the what?
The profile. Yeah. It's a Chinese, made whatever the fuck. But it's ridiculously good. It's probably the best like cheap atomizer like that I've ever had. And I have basically all of them. It's ridiculous.
One of you, Jerry.
Yeah, I got you.
PM me your email address.
So, yeah, you should try it, Shindo.
I can't upload this. The file's too big to upload into Discord, and it's on my phone. I'm lazy.
All right, we're making a GoFundMe to get us a Campbell to pass around.
Oh, dude.
We're going to record Vegas, so, like, yeah. That would... yeah. We can just go up. We can just walk up to people and just be like, all right, you got to take a rip on this.
Who's making this?
You got to take a rip on it.
Enough people to just force them to take a rip on the fucking camp.
No, but I'm saying, who's making that?
Rip my fat drags, bro.
I mean, if we do that, we're gonna have to make them sign a release.
Well, we can get sponsored by them. They're gonna be there.
Like I don't care if I die 20 years later from it, but someone else might,
Yeah, but then they'll be dead. It's a good thing about. Well, never mind.
I agree, Graham.
Yeah,
I don't even know what you said. I just didn't want to let you linger there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. These guys are cucks.
You're a real fucking bro, aren't you?
You are. I'm starting to realize that. Out of all of them, you are. Everyone's a fucking backstabber. Let's get into it.
Just let that hang out there for a while.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the real concrete river.
The real concrete.
The real concrete river.
Yeah, somehow the real concrete river is worse than the one that you see on a regular basis, which is impressive from a technical standpoint, if nothing else.
I love the real concrete river.
There's only one goddamn thing in this world that Rick loves, and it's drugs.
Well, no.
Can you blame him?
I like
Hamsters.
Yeah. So those are the two best things.
He really doesn't like Cambodians. It's fucking incredible. That whole bit started from him. No one knows that.
Yeah, no, I'm just pulling the strings here and feeding Brand his racing.
You're the fucking puppet master. Well, doesn't fit my agenda.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
I don't think I'm buying any new vape crap anytime soon. I just feel like I need some shit to break before.
Get the profile. It's 28 bucks, something like that, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's similar to the recoil, but like 100 million times better.
I picked
like
up
the way the airflow is.
Legend.
It's dope, right? I have that same one.
The Legend?
Yeah, the exact same one you have. The one with the silver. Is that silver and black?
No, this is
rainbow. Yeah, no, I
on,
don't have that.
It's rainbow.
Right. No, I don't have that one actually. That'd be totally
Let me see. What is it?
gay.
Oh, nice.
I like that the way that looks though. Just not for me.
Yeah, I like the vape a lot, or the mod a lot.
Do you have a problem with some batteries not working when you put it in? Like sometimes?
It does do a pretty harsh pull.
Well, what do you mean?
It drains on the battery pretty harshly.
No, I mean like sometimes I put batteries in and it doesn't turn on.
I haven't had that, but all of my batteries, like, okay, so I have a few devices where the batteries I have, they like, I don't know, have too high of a amp setup.
You change the color of the screen yet?
So
figure that out.
What?
The color of the screen, you can change it. 3 different colors.
There's an alien in a low pro.
Where is it? Yeah, I think you hit it 3 times something and it changes the color of the face.
That's like the world's most baby alien.
It was 38 over top of 332s.
332. Oh damn, dude, you're doing micro aliens.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to learn how to do an alien? Do you know that I can do any build there is? Basically any build. I still can't do a fucking alien. I've never successfully done an alien.
Like 2 rolls of 34 gauge.
So crazy. Over what? 26? 28?
No, that's what it took me to learn how to do it. It was like 2 rolls of 34 gauge.
34.
I wasted like 2 rolls of 34 learning how to do it.
Right. Oh, see, I'm using 36, I guess, over 28, 26.
Mm-hmm. You know, you don't. Are you stretching it?
No, I'm doing like I've tried everything, dude. Like I just cannot do it. It's crazy. I just can't do it. I don't know why, but I can't do it. The core's triangle on me every time.
I got a guy for that.
You need something to flatten. You need something to flatten that out.
Get off the E-Cialis.
You know what I got? I got chip. You know the things that hold bags of chips shut.
No.
Those don't work.
No, get a. Hold on one second.
Get like an actual clamp if you are thinking like the clip thing.
Hold the chip back shut. I've cut little like V's in them so that they like little teeny tiny V's so that the cores fit like 1, 2, 3 in them.
Okay.
It's still just I just can't do it, dude. I just can't. I mean,
just get a coil guy.
No.
Or it.
I want to know how to do it. You know.
Just get a split ring off of your keys.
Oh, let me see what you're holding there.
Like a key ring.
Just get a split ring.
And what do you put it in the middle and on both ends?
Yeah, just put it through. Like
Wait, how are you doing it?
Spread it open and put your wires so that way it goes through the split ring.
Right. And then
alien up to it and then pull it down and alien it up to it.
Wait,
Yeah.
are those the keys to the vape dojo?
It's hard those though. That may be why, dude.
Uh,
You got special dojo keys.
Yeah.
It knows better than the not alien.
There are keys to a vape dojo on here. There's a couple of them. There's like 9 vape dojos though. Yeah, but the split ring, they make things specifically to hold the wires flat now. And then I've seen other people use Lego pieces, get 2 flat small Lego pieces.
That's a good idea.
Put those through. But the split ring always worked for me. But I quit building like a while ago, so I was using split rings when I quit. And
I
it
quit
worked
for a
it
while
worked fine for me.
because I couldn't do the alien. Now I'm back on it.
Well, I just, you know what, it was on, it was either Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever. I went to Advanced Vape Supply, and they had a they had a big sale, and they do like all the crazy wires and stuff, and they had like a 40% off sale or whatever for that, and I bought like a couple spools of like quad core Clapton and Alien, and like
They make clean shit.
yeah, and I mean like
For
20 or 30 feet of that. Like I don't need to build anymore. I can just cut off a snip and do it. I used to do it as like like something to do because I wasn't like watching TV or anything. So I'd just sit down and do that. And then eventually I got bored of doing it all the time. And also I'm like a bit of a perfectionist, as you can see, like having to figure out how to fit an alien in a low pro. So like after a while it stopped being like fun and relaxing anymore. And then plus also I don't really vape that same way anymore. Like I'm not vaping like a lot of like high wattage stuff, which you really need to put through to get to really use those kind of wires most of the time.
I find it very relaxing when I'm winging a fucking drill at the wall because I can't get the goddamn
right
aliens right. That's how it was when I quit, and now I'm a little more relaxed.
Mm-hmm. You got a good swivel setup and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I know how to build. Like legitimately, I just can't do the goddamn alien. It's crazy. It really is.
It's all in the tension. It's in the tension of where you're holding the pre-wound. That's going to be the alien wire. It's in once you have the split ring or whatever to keep the cores flat. It's all in the tension on holding that for it to wrap around it.
It's like too tight and it's coring up, and then too loose and it's not doing. Yeah, it's. Rambo was trying to teach me one day, like for a couple days actually. He just got frustrated and quit. But it's I don't know. Where do you hold it? Do you hold it from the bottom or from the side? And I heard I've heard 2 different things. You're supposed to lead with it, like where it's at an angle going forward. You know, you know what I'm saying, when you're doing your wrap wire, like.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It goes. It's a little bit ahead.
Like so.
That's how I held it. Was like I held it ahead.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I've heard that you're supposed to hold it behind, and I don't know. I guess it's just probably what
behind would always end up putting too much tension because it would pull it. You know what I mean? Because it's wrapping, so it would pull it, and then that would make it triangle up on me. Where I finally quit was getting into like over 3 cores. I think I did like a quad core.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, fuck this. I'm done with this.
That the staggered, not staggered staples, but staggered fused Claptons. Like I can do like 6 or 7 cores. Like I'm damn good at those. I can do those really good. But
yeah, the only one the last one that I ever like wanted to really learn how to build, and I really kind of quit after that, was the Staggerton, which is the reverse one. So where you make a staple that's space Clapton, and then you take the round wires and then you Clapton the whole thing together. So instead of being like instead of the core being like, instead of the staple being exposed in the middle of like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like on the outside. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So it's
So it's like a staple on the outside, and then like.
Just like Google Staggerton.
Yeah,
I see a picture of it. They look absolutely amazing, but it was like the hardest thing that I ever tried to build, and I built one good section that I could get one good coil out of, and I was like, I'm done. Like I'm done with this. I'm so tired of this.
I have a problem getting flat wire. I never remember to order it because I get it from like that. I get cheap ass wire from like KB, where it's like $17 for 1,750 feet.
Just like the actual fucking Temco spools of it.
Yeah, well, it's but you get 10 spools, and it's every gauge from 22 to 40, and from 32 to 40, it's 250 feet, and then the rest of them are 100 feet, like the cores and shit. So for $17, it's not bad. But I never get the flat wire. I always forget it.
Yeah, I used to like always be on like the coil porn subreddit back when that was like a whole big thing. Like people were always, I was watching like all the M-Turk videos and like all the coil build video, like that whole thing.
Why does he only have 4?
And then people, like once people started going to like 44 gauge, 46 gauge, like outer, I was like, and they got like the corrugated and like all the crazy like Enigma and like the hybrids. And I was like,
I actually got into the corrugated where you buy the crimper from, I got a crimper from Hobby Lobby. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, they look super neat. There's Wire Theory. If anybody's into building, follow Wire Theory on Instagram. I met her at Atlanta at the showcase in Atlanta, and she builds the most amazing. They're just absolutely gorgeous.
Right?
They're such good looking coils, like you don't want to vape on them. And so that's what this has turned in. That's what that whole thing turned into, was people just building the most like intricate shit and then getting their macro lens to take photos for Instagram. But I don't think people actually like really, I mean, some people vape on them.
Nick says that he sends Nick Devine said he sends a coil that when people buy him, he sends one that you can use, and then ones that you are like, for looks.
So you can take the pictures of.
Yeah. But he says when they order them, he sends one that you definitely ones you can use.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a neat thing. And like, I applaud the hustle, like watching videos of like M-Turk doing like 20 feet of alien wire at a time.
How dope is that when he goes live on Insta?
Yeah, and he like walks across the room with it. Like he'll have his clamp set over on the wall, and he'll just walk like the whole way across the room, like doing an alien the whole way. I'm just like,
I can't watch it for too long because then I start thinking like that's got to be the worst fucking thing for him. You know what I mean? Could you imagine just sitting there all day doing that? Because he has the cores ready, and then he does that, and it's just like, how many does he do? He does like 300 pairs a day or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's his hustle. That's what he gets paid off of. Hey, bro. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable hustle. What's he selling for? $45 a set, something like that. It makes like 300 pairs a day. It's ridiculous.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
they actually all sell. Yeah, that's a pretty nice income.
I'm gonna sell round wire.
Just gonna go to like Home Depot and just buy a bunch of Kanthal. Just be like, I got the best round wire.
Not Kanthal, solder.
No, all you gotta do, Graham, is you gotta heat it up slightly and then brass it with like one of those like brass grinding wheel things that they used to put brass on things.
Yeah.
Just brass it and then call it like Digital Drops Gold and sell it for like 18 times the price.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Sharpie to make it weird colors.
Just fucking solder.
And I'm gonna make sure the cores stay down with super glue. So when you vape, you get that nice super glue vibe. Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Put some ceramic in there too.
Yeah, but dust it.
just dust it with hunks of broken plate.
Get a food processor. Put your ceramic in there. Grind it up into a real fine powder, and just powder the coil.
Yeah, like it's already ready to go titanium.
Like it's a man from the 1750s.
I mean, the goddamn titanium.
Talcum powder in that.
Oh.
Yeah, you could.
I was thinking you'd also just brine it for like a week.
Yeah.
Don't even put talcum powder. Just put cum in there.
Yeah, why not?
Wait.
Well, that's when you're flattening it.
Why do you call it fool's gold and then just rust a bunch of Kanthal?
Yeah, I feel like
that's a little too highbrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we dry burn titanium and then keep that white shit on there, it's the same. The cancer.
And then make a digital drops elite version.
Yeah, hey, listen,
It's aged in Mountain Dew.
Let's keep this on the under. Let's not talk about this out loud.
You're gonna help me with the nipple RDA, right?
Yeah, I got a nipple RDA and a mod. I got a really good idea for a mod.
Or is it going to be a whole boob?
Well, the mod's gonna look like a dick, and then a nipple.
That's just confusing.
A top.
And the top cap's gonna be a mouth.
Sorry about that.
Your robot
was crying.
A little bit.
That would just be so. Sure, dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hold on. I'll be back in a minute.
What happened? What's he doing now?
He's going to buy a bunch of solder so he can sell it as wire.
Yeah, I'm making atomizer balls. It's just like truck balls.
Okay. No, like those like novelty vapes that you see every once in a while that have like the two like chambers and stuff. Two flavors at once, right? Yeah. That's where you use your nipple RDA.
Shut up! What are you doing? You're giving up the hustle.
Oh, but you make the triple tit from Total Recall.
Dude, I would vape out of the Total Recall triple tit. I love that movie.
The triple to the third nipple.
Dude, I love when he's choking on Martian oxygen.
Double-headed Ixnay on the Nixnay. On the double-headed A. We're going triple-headed, batching. I'll be right back. No one knows about that. So I know.
Dude, the original Total Recall, actually pretty much all of Paul Verhoeven's movies are underrated. I'm just throwing that out there. I fucking watched RoboCop again, and it was like, holy shit, this dude was angry at something. Like, this is an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Dude, RoboCop's dark.
He basically almost died. I mean, he's not even human anymore, so he's angry.
Right? Like it's funny that like something that dark ever even kind of made it into kids' toys. Like I know the RoboCop kids' toys weren't like huge or anything, but like that's a pretty subversive movie. I think if they like,
well, that's not a movie that kids should have been watching in the first place. Like, why are you making a toy?
I watched it as a kid. It was awesome.
Oh, I did too, but like it's totally not like something that they should be making a kids' toy line and cartoons off of.
Tekashi 6ix9ine action figures.
I mean, you could do that, I guess. Yeah,
that's a good idea. You can put your own.
Rick and I were talking about a SoundCloud rapper E-Juice line.
Yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Stitches had one.
It's a new take on marketing to children.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the rapper Stitches?
Yeah. Is he dead yet? He seems like somebody that should be dead.
His career's dead, but he had an e-liquid line. We ran into him. Yeah, ran into him at a vape show one time. That was a mess.
I feel that's an untapped market. I feel like they would buy it.
And a half.
Now, is he pro or anti-dinosaur costume?
I have no idea. This was a couple years ago. It was like you see him in the video. Like he's really like that. He really has the Stitches tattooed on his face, and
He says a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of
Unfortunately, it was before he got knocked out by the game. So
yeah, the game knocked him out. Imagine that.
I didn't get the clown on him for about that one.
By the way, speaking of that,
inflatable
dinosaur costume, this girl I went to high school with, she had her like little what is it, flower girl and ring bear walk down the aisle wearing one of those, and then her like husband's groomsmen were like dressed up as what is it? Friggin' the Halo dude.
Okay.
Master Chief.
Jesus?
Yeah, Master Chief.
Jesus.
Why are these people being allowed to get married?
This guy was 7'2", Master Chief. I was like, what the hell is wrong?
That was good.
So big. There's photos of him everywhere.
It
was an awesome costume.
They gotta be making tons of fucking money off that stupid costume.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know. It was like his buddy though. So
well, I mean, at least that's accurate because Master Chief is supposed to be huge. So every time I see like the cosplay and he's like a regular sized guy, I'm like, that's not good.
Oh my god! I just thought of the best rapper name, Master Keef.
I think that might be a thing.
If Chief Keef hasn't used that already, then he's slacking.
True.
Like that's the thing that's kind of missed with the whole Halo thing. Like people assume it's a much nicer universe because it isn't as like overt about it, but the Spartans from Halo are basically the same as the Space Marines from Warhammer. Same kind of principle. Giant genetically engineered killing machines being unleashed by government.
Well, that were all.
Yeah, but you know what helps with that is a colorful environment.
Yep. But yeah, they were all like stolen from their family and replaced with flash clones that were set to like die within the next like 3 weeks or whatever afterwards. Yeah,
that's what they do with the Chinese gymnastics team. They take them as children and just bend their legs in crazy angles and make them cry.
That's the modern equivalent of foot binding.
Basically.
It's the Chinese evolution of foot binding is into
Well, they
the
gotta behave.
gymnastics
Yeah.
team.
I read about that while I was pooping the other day.
What, foot binding or the Chinese gymnastics team?
The Chinese gymnastic team.
Yeah,
They're basically all Chinese orphans.
You
Who are
you were
maybe
doing some
20
reading
or
about
12.
Chinese gymnasts on the toilet. I'm not
That's-
going to judge your fetishes, but yeah.
I'm gonna judge it a little just because I'm pretty sure they're all like 10,
Yeah,
maybe
they're
12.
all like 15. What the fuck, Rick?
Like they've gotten in so much shit because like none of them are of Olympic age.
I'm going to walk that one back a little. Where's Graham when you need him? Oh, there we go.
Oh my God, he is gigantic. That's amazing.
I had to show you. This guy's huge, and his
Yeah.
costume is awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
how
that
does
was
this
very
fit at a wedding? Because I've got the impression that people are like people assume that people give a shit about your wedding, and so you should like do personality kind of stuff. Most people are just there punching a clock, man.
Yeah, nobody cares, and nobody wants to look at your pictures afterwards either.
I'm there for the open bar.
Although that was a good photo to look at.
Yeah, but nobody wants to sit. Like we had like.
I don't want to
the,
see your pictures of your
yeah.
wedding that I wasn't invited to, or some.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. I don't
Yeah,
care.
we had
One
we had a
photo,
wedding
that's all
out.
you
Yeah,
get.
we had a wedding album made, and therefore we had my wife found an amazing photographer, and we had like fantastic pictures taken, and we went and had she laid out this like beautiful album, had it printed, did like the Apple, like the iBooks thing where you can have like an actual book like made and bound and like the whole deal. And we got a couple of those and we gave them to, our parents and the grandparents or whatever. And like, nobody's ever going to go back and look at those again. Like we might one day, you know what I mean? But we're not the people that are going to be like, hey, come look at our wedding photos. It's like the equivalent of back in the day where it's like, do you want to come see the slideshow of our vacation to Cozumel? It's like, no.
I take my wedding photos.
I'll tell you what, you put that in the bathroom, it'll get looked at.
Yeah, you should. I take mine with me everywhere, and I show people all the time. I'm not even married anymore.
That's
I just
actually
take it.
what he said. He said if you want people to look at your photo album, you put it in the bathroom.
Yeah,
guaranteed it'll get read. She's ignoring me.
I mean, it's much better than reading the shampoo bottle.
just make them real small, and keep them in your pocket.
So I will read that goddamn shampoo bottle.
There's a lot you can do with that. The first
I showed it.
GoPro was made with a shampoo bottle.
That's it. It is an impressive costume, and he's gigantic. Like, is his head actually in like the helmet, or is his head like in the chest somewhere?
His head's in the helmet. No, that's how that dude's that tall. He's 7.
So it's Master Chief and some girl dressed up as the dude from Clerks.
Yeah, some librarian.
No, it's
that's the Firefly shit.
That's the what?
That's the wedding planner.
That's a wedding?
The wedding planner. The wedding planner. She's my friend.
That's super weird. I'm sure a great person.
Were you at this wedding?
No, I was not at that wedding.
That's cool.
Because there's no open bar, right?
Fuck no. To buy that costume.
You gotta do an open bar. You want people to come? Do an open bar.
Dude, the wedding was on the other side of the country.
Colt will fly if there's an open bar.
That's true.
I don't think he understands how money works, and so he assumes he's gonna come out on top.
Yeah.
He's like, I've only got to drink this much scotch. we're flying some bumfuck airline just so he can save money, and then he's gonna get alcohol poisoning. Just being frugal.
I'm pretty sure his body metabolizes it perfectly. He's like Kim Jong-un, who doesn't like actually expel waste because his body's 100% efficient with alcohol.
Yeah, they should have like side by side pictures, just like sunburn or drunk, and just for cold.
Same.
Which one?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, and then they should put those pictures in the bathroom so people will actually look at them. What are you shaking up there, dude? What are you vaping, bro?
Dude,
Come
it's
on, man.
it's premix. It's this new awesome VG and PG and nicotine flavor I've been working on. It's a banger.
Hold on, I forgot to add the on. What are you vaping on, bro?
Bruh. Yeah, no, I just call it Rick's Awesome Sauce.
Call it pre-cum.
Are you making money hand over fist with that?
I'm making all sorts of money all over my digits.
I'm vaping like 12% of that white chocolate peppermint. I feel like at this point I should have just used Flora peppermint. Probably could have saved some cash.
Yeah, I'm just mixing up some mystery testers. I've got to burn through all the vape train toffees. I figured that my lack of enthusiasm was because I've been doing vape train for so long. So I still have like 10 or so more flavors to burn through before I can move on.
Yeah, I ran out of eggnog, and it crushed my soul because I had that fucking eggnog tobacco I've been vaping.
Butter toffee base is really good on the knuckle. You should try it. It's one of my favorites.
We've been through this before. Oh man,
I want to know how you taste it. Oh, I couldn't describe how disgusting it is.
I actually couldn't taste anything for like an hour after that. Oh god,
I was the first asshole victim to that. That was fucked up.
I'm sorry, Graham.
Shindo came. I should have known. He was like, "Hey," he's like, "You know what you should do?" I'm like, "Oh, fucking okay." Oh, I didn't taste anything for a week.
Graham hasn't listened to me since.
It was fucked up. But then we proceeded to do it to everyone.
Yeah, oh yeah. We can't wait
You can only be on a live show though. That's the greatest thing ever, dude. That toffee butter base is fucking repugnant. What's in that, you think?
Hate.
I welcome hate compared to that.
10% liquid hate.
They got love and hate.
It's like
Okay, E-Cialis.
it's like they took the new flavor art yogurt and then they added acetylpropanol to it.
It's so fucking disgusting.
So it's both fucking cheesy, rancid, and tastes like black pepper. I'm in.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get black pepper on the knuckle. I got pure fucking disgust, like greasy disgust.
It's just super sour. It's like a dappy fizzy sherbet.
It's
So,
that nasty sour too.
but what about lemon?
Kinda.
No, it's just like pure butyric sourness.
Oh, just thinking about it, dude.
Yeah,
I threw up immediately.
I'm more and more disappointed they didn't send me that one because that sounds horrifying.
Dude, no bullshit. I threw up immediately.
He did. I heard it.
I'm a sensitive boy. It's fucking.
I wish I recorded it. Fuck.
Ugh, I can't take that kind of shit. Gross.
I kind of like that now. There's more like with the new flavor houses and all the additional flavors that have been released in the last couple of years. Like there's some more like awful flavors now that we can do that to people instead of only doing like TFA cheesecake and honey. You know what I mean? Now we have some other ones to be able to, because everybody knows the TFA cheesecake and honey gag at this point. So now we have some new ones that we can work into that.
I have the worst flavor of all time. I had it. I couldn't even keep it in my house. I'm not even kidding. In plastic. It had to go outside. The DIY Flavor Shack wanted to make one for Manson, right? Because remember when Manson was trying them in the mix?
Yeah.
And they made me a dog food dip. Like I wouldn't even mail it to him. It was so fucking disgusting. It was the grossest thing.
Is that Flavor West whiskey?
Oh.
Hey.
Gross, dude.
Flavor West whiskey is the reason that the judges on the last World Mixing Championship broke their own rules.
What rules?
Yeah, right. If not for that Flavor West whiskey, I would be living in the lap of luxury right now, like Dave.
You realize Dave basically won by punching you straight in the dick.
Dave won because they decided they didn't like their point system. That's why Dave won.
Right at the end.
And the point system was working out so well for you, wasn't it?
Dude, don't give me a fucking point system if you don't expect me to exploit it. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Risk and innovation.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck
like
that.
anytime there's risk and innovation, I'm just gonna swing fucking wild and it's gonna be something.
I'm just not even gonna bother dealing with it because it's a fucking bullshit category.
I mean, we still kind of have it on the mix and mixins, but we lowered the points to like half that it's worth.
I think that's a decent trade-off, but it's such a stupid category. Like I've seen and have had to do this before, where it's like, well, this round the risk and innovation was like, wow, you did sweet cream at 6%.
Yeah, the thing
Like,
is, it's easier to get a 10 in risk and innovation than it is taste, right?
Yeah. Like it's just
So
like
you have to lower the max for it.
Well, and like the entire thing with that is like you don't try to do anything that's outright gross just because it's weird, but you take some extra chances because you know you get bonus points for it.
And like that makes sense, but it doesn't always work out that way, because like sometimes the like slightly out of the way is something seeming to be risky to some people is going to be completely different to others, especially depending on who's judging it. So it's like I said, there's times where it's like you would think, oh wow, you're taking this flavor this high, that sounds fucking disgusting, but it works, versus trying an actually disgusting flavor and making it work. I don't know. There's like, it's such a stupid way of judging it to me.
Well, I mean, the entire thing is like all of these mixing competitions and stuff, like it's theoretically such a good idea, but there's so many problems with execution, and like it's almost impossible to actually run like any kind of like wide-ranging net just because everybody's doing it over the internet. Nobody's sending anybody anything. So it's such like a weird time suck. And then you have to worry about your taste buds burning out after 2 minutes because somebody used a bunch of garbage. And yeah.
No, yeah, that's the other big thing where it's like, okay, cool, I have 30 things I have to test. Sure. Like, sorry who's ever getting drawn 30th, but after 3 days, it's probably going to taste the same.
Yeah, well, it's a much better way, though, I think, than assigning people like 2 or 3 different flavors they have to use, and one of them being cinnamon Danish swirl.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah. And strawberry ripe. It was good, though.
Strawberry ripe.
Dude, I don't know. Some of them wasn't too bad. I was surprised.
I've never understood everyone's love for that flavor.
Oh no, it was because it's not out of love for that flavor. I mean, it was like the idea of like, yeah, make us a mix that actually like that took the risk and innovation bullshit out of it, because the risk and innovation is already, yeah, make a profile with cinnamon Danish swirl and strawberry ripe work.
What you do is
you use them at 0.02 and then you just make a recipe.
Oh, and I'm not. No, you're not gonna win then, because I'm just gonna be like, no, you didn't try.
Because your rules are shit.
I think we had like a rule on it, but I don't know. I can't remember.
No, see, that's where like that fucking Italian show had it figured out with like America's Next Top Vapor or some shit. Like, because really being in the same physical location is the easiest solution to all of this, but there is zero money in this game, so it will never happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they just needed tire banks, though. Let's be honest.
That or
everyone needs a little fucking crazy, or I should say a lot of fucking crazy.
Don't you badmouth Tyra Banks.
Dude, I used to have the biggest crush on Tyra Banks when I was a kid.
Dude, shout out to the Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Put that sucker in the bathroom. See what happens.
Like, I feel like my imagination was better in a lot of aspects before the internet, but
I don't think you're wrong.
Are you porn jaded? Is that what you're saying?
I think I'm just jaded to everything is the issue.
Yeah, like I don't want to really follow the gritty details of this or whatever, but man, like back in the day, JCPenney's catalog, you get it on, and now you need like 18 tabs open.
And like 3 of them are Live League.
I can't get my rocks off if someone isn't dying in real life at the same time.
Fucking split screen with World Star and X Hamster just right next to each other.
That's a Tinder pic right there.
Just see, like you, just like
No. Alicia's got a dog in her hands.
true. That would probably be better. That would be a better Tinder pic.
So what you do is you get a
Oh,
really
wait,
ugly
like,
dog, so you look really
specifically-
hot next to it.
No. Wiener dog. You go for the wiener dog because people think wiener. Oh, that girl likes wieners.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Not wrong.
that's a little bit of a stretch, but you know what? I'll allow it.
I mean, I was just making jokes about live leak and Pornhub, so.
That wasn't a joke. That was fairly accurate.
I don't know.
You said it like somebody speaking from experience. It was good, but that's horrifying.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was the moment.
There
That
was a
was
cat
the-
earlier. I don't know if you saw that. He's around. Black cat, just like yours, except for she's got random like white lines on her. She was attacked, I guess, when she was younger, and the spot that she got clawed, like, it grew white. It's weird.
Anybody check out the Carter 5 yet?
Yeah.
Couple high points. I don't know. It was a little. It has that super
Can we
like.
not do a rap segment, please? No rap segment.
I was like, oh, Lil Wayne's sober now. Okay.
It was, you know what? It was solid.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
It seemed a little low energy overall. Like it seemed like just like fucking okay. Here's another sort of mid-tempo song. Like there are a couple good songs on it, but
Yeah, I mean, how many of those have been sitting in a vault since who knows when? You know what I mean? Because that album was supposed to be out years ago. So how much of that was old content and how much of it was new content? So
I mean, for fuck's sake, he has an Ashanti feature on there. So yeah, it's been there.
don't talk shit about. Don't you dare say anything bad about Ashanti. That's my girl.
I did like that fucking Mona Lisa song quite a bit though, because it actually sounded like he gave a shit, which is really it's awesome when Lil Wayne gives a shit.
Yeah, it was a good. You know what? It was solid. It was a lot better than the train wreck that I was expecting.
I
It
just love
wasn't.
rap, right, Alicia? Don't you just love rap?
I'm not the one that brought it up, and that's all I have to say about it. It was solid. It was decent. Yeah, I listened to it like twice just to like get a feel for it, and I haven't gone back to it since.
Related to that, has everyone learned Kanye's password?
It's kind of fun watching. It's fun and sad, like watching the meltdown at the same time, because I truly believe that Kanye is an amazingly talented artist that has a lot of. I feel like he's more than demonstrated. Like he's beyond like saying what potential he has, right? Like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like one of the top hip hop albums of all time. Like it goes
Agreed.
up in the top 20, like for sure. Like it's just a beautiful piece of work. And most of his albums I rank like pretty high up. Like, but watching like the self-destruction, just like watching like the insanity, it's like it's both fun and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
That was hard to. I only watched a little tiny bit of it, and it was like super hard to watch. I have family members with fairly severe bipolar disorders, and I've seen people I care about in like those weird like fucking spinning out like manic states, and it just brought up all sorts of weird things. Like I feel for the dude. He needs to shut his fucking mouth, but I fucking feel for the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he is
Agreed.
not okay right now, and that's not because he's fucking supporting Trump. I mean, whatever. He's just obviously not fucking okay right now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's obviously something. There's obviously a lot of stuff going on with them, and it's easy for us to like armchair diagnose, and for everybody to sit and observe and pass judgment and everything. But yeah, like you said, there's obviously something going on with him. So
I just also think it's funny that he's sitting there talking to Trump, putting in his iPhone password of all zeros.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
yeah. So I mean, my hope is like he gets whatever help he actually needs. You know what I mean? Because I would love for him to make some more quality music and
Yeah.
just be a healthy, happy person again, you know. And it's kind of interesting because like this is like this level of like fame and celebrity is like what he was after, like in the very beginning. Like he was, you know, all the way back on the College Dropout was saying that he wanted to be, you know, the biggest artist in the world, you know, that he wanted to be a prince, you know, he wanted to be, you know, one of the top tier, you know, talents that people look back on. It's like, yeah, he kind of achieved it, but now it's just like self-destructing like all around. So
Kind of like Prince.
Yeah, but I mean, Prince got lost up his own ass, but it wasn't like he was out there. Like he was.
No,
more,
he got lost up God's ass.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the thing that I feel for Kanye with is I think, like in some ways, I feel really bad for people who are A, rich and B, famous when they start fucking going off the deep end, because who's like who are they gonna fucking listen to? Who tells Kanye West, dude, knock it off, and who's he gonna listen to? Like.
And it's also I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you were married to Kim Kardashian, would you ever take her seriously? Like if she was telling you to knock it off.
you know what, I think
Like that whole family, like I don't think I could take myself seriously knowing everything's a production.
But we only ever see like the public side of them, because I think it's like it was real easy to make fun of Paris Hilton like during like the Simple Life era, right? When Paris Hilton was like the big it thing. But like talking to some people that have like actually like met her before, they're like, yeah, that's all an act. She's actually like a pretty smart, like astute person that knows what's going on. And I kind of feel that way about the Kardashian Jenner clan, right? Like I really don't like them, and I don't feel like they actually contribute anything. But I also think that they're probably a whole lot smarter than they present themselves as.
No, I think they
Paris
are
Hilton
smart.
has a talent, man. She can take a dick. Like, holy fuck.
But no, like I do think they are smart. The issue with that though is like, where does that line get drawn of like, when is it a production and when is it not? If your whole life is a production.
Yeah.
And then you're just like compounding that onto two people now and taking it even more insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Jerry, she's tiny. How does she fit it?
It's not that tiny.
The physics don't work, man.
Oh. But yeah, does anyone else have any interesting news or tidbits?
God, how does she do it?
I don't think we can talk about the news because I'm just gonna melt into a puddle of rage and sadness.
How about that?
Yeah.
Rick?
You can't use the word melt and rage in the same sentence. Come on, Rick.
It's going to be like Raiders of the Lost Ark. All of the rage is going to be the bones that are left over, but all the sadness will be the Nazi flesh.
I'd rather see you rip your own heart out instead.
If only.
I just know that Dylon spits hot fire.
Has anyone looked at any of the like videos and photos from the hurricane damage?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Not yet. I watched all the first one and I haven't caught up on this one yet.
yeah, I mean, it's like you look at it and you're like, oh, there's a house, and you can see plots where there was like 10 houses around it that are just no longer there. There's just nothing there.
Yeah. The only, I don't want to say good thing, but like the only like, I mean, the only like semi-positive thing is like that part of Florida, like Florida understands hurricanes, and they tend to have a pretty good like emergency preparedness system, and people have pretty much kind of learned about like evacuating. It's always when it hits like other places that people aren't so used to and sure about, and then
Yeah, very true.
I mean, I lived in Florida for a while, and I lived like in the Gulf Coast, and I evacuated for a couple of hurricanes when I was there, and like everybody kind of knows the drill and knows like what to do about it.
Except
So I
that
mean,
one asshole, right?
there's
Everyone
I mean, there's always some idiot. Like one of my dreams in life is to be able to punch Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel in the face one of these days.
Oh God.
I hate that guy. But
I'm just gonna ride it out on my houseboat, bro.
but
Who wants to come to my hurricane party?
yeah, there's always that. And it's not even so much like surviving the actual, like if you're in a pretty decent structure, and as long as it's not like a cat 5 like coming down directly on you, like more than likely, and you're not in a flood zone to where storm surge is going to get you and you're going to drown or whatever. The issue is the people that stick around, like all the power's gone, all the services are gone. Like, what the fuck are you going to do? Like hanging out, you know what I mean? Like that's the worst part of the people that are there afterwards, because then they have to get rescued. They survived the
They
storm.
can drive anywhere. Their car's wrecked, and their streets are covered in debris anyway.
Yeah, all the stores are closed, like everything's shut down. You're definitely not going to have power. You might not have water. You might not have sewer. Like, what are like, what's the point? But there's always somebody that's like, yeah, we're going to stay. It's going to be fine.
No. I did a lot of, I'm forgetting like the actual term, but basically I did like in high school, I did a bunch of cleanup for Katrina, and that was like, yeah, I'm never living in the South, and I'm definitely not staying there for that.
Katrina was a different. I mean, where'd you go for it?
Pascagoula, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi, like around the Mississippi area.
Yeah, that was actually the storm, and that was really bad over there. Like that was actually the storm damage, because everybody talks about New Orleans. New Orleans was basically man-made from the city not being, that was like an engineering issue with the levees and the flooding and people not leaving, them not having things set up to get people out of town, and like that whole deal. But like Mississippi was actually like the storm itself that did that.
We were still going there every spring break till like 5 years after it, and I still don't know if it's completely all like built up. And that city even has like a large Air Force base, so like it would be one of the first places to get like government aid, because there's a giant Air Force base, and like even 5 years later, this place is just destroyed.
Yeah.
And like, why? No, not doing it.
Well, on the bright side, we have more of those kind of storms to look forward to, so that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as they get more intense.
Yep. There's 2 more in the Atlantic right now. They're a ways out, but just looks like it's going to be a pretty active hurricane season.
Yeah, it's that whole thing about global water temperatures getting warmer. Like almost there's some sort of phenomenon that is happening.
No, there's nothing going on. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll just pretend it doesn't exist.
That fucking report that basically said we're all dead in 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I'm glad my heart is going to give out by the time I'm 50.
I got 1 more year, so I'm good.
My heart is like the size of a hubcap from a Buick Skylark, so I don't anticipate being around long enough for that to be a problem, but...
But the bees.
Dude, the bees thing, have I ever ranted about how the bees are fake? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why you said it.
Yes.
That's just fucking agribusiness, man. They'll make you give fucking donations to help their own bottom line. Fuck the bees.
Tell me more about the ice cream industry, Rick.
What do you want to know about the ice cream industry? It's not that interesting. It's like any other DSD thing, except you got to keep the truck cold so it keeps some of the loons out of it.
There we go. That's content.
But don't say anything bad about ice cream. I don't know if I could deal without my Ben & Jerry's.
Dude, Ben & Jerry's is fucking legit. I sold Haagen-Dazs for a long time, and I'm still a fucking Ben & Jerry's fan over Haagen-Dazs.
Rick actually has very strong opinions on ice cream.
I do. Yeah, you can't be around ice cream that long without growing to hate and both love it.
Yeah, just take your soft ice cream and fuck off. That's my stance on ice cream. It's got to be hard and fatty.
Dude,
Like, what isn't? I mean, there are actual regulations. Like, you have to have a certain amount of like butterfat to be considered. Like each one of the, it's like custard, ice cream, gelato.
Yeah,
There's like different.
or frozen dessert if you're like Breyer's level.
yeah, and then like it's easy with ice cream. You can tell if it's good ice cream if it's heavy. If it's not heavy, go fuck yourself. That's not good ice cream.
You know what I meant to? So that's one thing I'm curious about. The new like the Halo Top and the Breyers like 5 or whatever, like the super like reduced, like the super reduced calorie ones. Like, are they allowed to call, like, they don't call themselves ice cream, do they? Don't they call themselves something else?
Frozen
No,
dessert.
yeah, they're frozen dessert
Okay.
because it's all air overrun and science stabilizers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've definitely smashed a pint or two of Halo Top mint chip and strawberry before. Because like, and they see, that's the one thing I like about them, because they give you the nutritional information for the entire pint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you know,
hilarious
you know what
because
you're doing.
it doesn't taste that good at all, but it's like, hey, it's 100 calories.
Yeah, well, it's 310 calories for a pint of mint chip.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a pint of settling is what it is.
My least favorite part about like diet ice cream, like even if it's done well, instead of actually like coating your mouth like it's supposed to, it's like sticky and gummy from all like the xanthan gum and shit. But lower milk fat and higher air overrun ice creams start to melt really quickly. So unless the store you're dealing with has a super tight cold chain, they're always all like full of fucking ice crystals and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy Edie's. That shit is garbage.
Dude, just fucking, yeah, it's dryers out here. And yeah, just straight dryers is garbage. Dryers slow churned is even fucking worse. I don't understand how people eat that.
They found a way to fit more air in.
Dude, that shit is so light.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a diet ice cream company because those Halo Top fuckers are making a shit ton of money.
Oh,
I'm gonna call it Compromise.
And and the other thing is that Halo Top is expensive too.
Yeah, people know they're compromising. They're like, this doesn't even taste good, but fuck it.
Yeah, but it's like Halo Top is like $2 more than Ben and Jerry's here.
But you do that, and you can eventually just add Viagra to it.
Yeah, we can do it. We can have Cialis ice cream.
Got a market there.
Wait,
I'm into it.
Cialis and chips.
are there Cialis vapes yet?
That's exactly
Oh my
what
God.
we're talking about.
I wasn't here.
You missed the entire segment of the show. That's
For
right.
fuck's sake.
That's fine. Please don't reiterate. I don't care enough.
Oh, I didn't.
Chinese company just decides to add Viagra and Cialis together and do an e-liquid.
Okay, well, right on. For them.
They got a good warning letter. They got they got the best warning letter I've seen so far from the FDA.
Hey, there are people out there that think it'll just make your dick bigger. So
Their marketing shows that too. And also, all of their marketing doesn't even use E-Cialis; it just says Cialis.
I'm not even mad. I'm actually impressed. Like that's just a smart thing that they could do to make money.
This is a smart goddamn business move is what it is. And also I need to know where they're keeping the confiscated product for research.
Chinese Hans Gruber came up with that one, guarantee you. Chinese Hans Gruber. I would love to see that Die Hard movie.
Hey, dude, that's probably going to be the next. That's probably going to be the next Die Hard movie is going to involve a Chinese Hans Gruber because they're making more shit for the international market.
Dude, they need to bring back Chow Yun Fat.
Like, is there some way to say this and not seem like I'm being like racist or whatever? But it's still a little jarring to me when I see like obvious Chinese actors in some of these bigger movies because they're there for the Chinese market. Like, I'm all for representation, but it's odd. It's just kind of strange.
Yeah, well, we did have Scarlett Johansson play the main character in Ghost in the Shell. So,
well, there we go. We're getting them back.
yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for that Battle Angel Alita movie that's supposed to be coming out at some point? That's horrifying.
Have you seen the newer version of the trailer? Because they went back in and cleaned up the CGI a lot.
Oh no, I gotta look at that.
Dude, it's just like the Polar Express, man. They're scary looking, right?
Yeah. It's still off-putting, but it's not near as creepy as it was before.
Like you watch the Polar Express, you're like, this is kind of rapey, and there's nothing to do with rape in the entire movie. Just gives you that vibe. Ugh.
Yeah, Battle Angel though was I know you're not an anime guy, but that was a really good anime. Like way back in when I was in high school, that anime was out. Like really, really good one. So it could go either way. It's got Christopher Waltz in it though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up watching it on like open load or something while I'm writing flavor notes, which is how I take in most of my blockbuster movies nowadays. I just want to know if they're still planning on doing like the all-white dude remake of Akira, because that sounded like a horrible goddamn idea.
I mean, did you watch Old Boy?
Oh, the Josh Brolin version? Yeah, that was a bad idea too.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea, man. And I like those three movies, like Sympathy for Lady Vengeance and Old Boy, and the one that no one talks about, are like fucking incredible. And it's so sad to see the American version. Like, dude, Koreans are they have some bang up directors, like some really good directors. It's pretty crazy.
Okay, so I was gonna say really quick, because I assume we're kind of wrapping up here. Tomorrow on Netflix, they're dropping a new show. I think it's The Haunting of Hill House. It's an anthology series directed by Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Oculus, and I am so goddamn psyched for it.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
Dude, we should all watch it together.
Yeah, I was hoping there was going to be something good for Halloween season on
Yeah,
there.
save it for a month.
Yeah, they're dropping that shit tomorrow, and it's apparently 10 episodes, and I will probably get through at least 5 of them tomorrow. But I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan. So
Jerry, go get Loco Mojo.
Yeah,
Can bring
Get up
back the
the
good old
rabbit.
days.
Oh no. Speaking of that too, I need to catch up. Apparently, Man in the High Castle season 3 came out, so I gotta catch that. That's interesting.
Daredevil season 3 comes out next week, and Narcos season 4 is in November.
I can't wait to watch an apologist superhero be a pussy.
Dude, I just want Chinese Clint Eastwood.
Season 3.
I've been watching the Great British Baking Show or whatever
Dude,
lately. That's been baller.
Can't knock it. It's a good show.
I love that shit. I'm like, wow, this British chick has no clue what she's doing, but she's so adorable.
That's fantastic. I want to see you compete on a cooking show, Shindo, so other people neg you.
Dude, I cheer them on. I swear, I like the worst ones the most.
I don't know. I think I like that show because it's not filled with all the stupid drama that half of those other shows. Well,
Yeah.
99% of those other shows. have.
Oh, like Top Chef, where they're like, hey,
Yeah.
right before the commercial break, like someone breaks, all of a sudden you hear breaks like really loud, and then the screen goes dark, and they're like, oh my God, did they get in a car accident? I mean, like, what does this have to do with cooking?
Yeah.
The thing about that British baking show, though, is like some of the people on there literally offend me with how British they are, which is probably my own damage, but it's a little rough.
Fucking Darren Cole over there. Dude, I like the show a lot. The only thing I don't like is that there's always like two smug assholes that really know what they're fucking doing, and they ruin the show for everyone else.
Well, I'm watching a season right now. We just started because we did a season before. But I'm watching a season right now with somebody who looks like John Oliver's even more British, super gay uncle. But he's actually good, so I'm gonna have to deal with it for the entire season. And it offends me on a personal level. It was also the season that had somebody who looked like a fucking extra from the British version of The Office, just like mumbling away and screwing everything up, and that alone was too British for me.
That's fair. No, half of the people they have on there are like, I want to cheer for, and then half of them are Yeah, some of them I do think they are just brought on to be characters. Like
Yeah,
I think there was one season there was like the most hipster fucking bro I've ever seen in my life, and he just got kicked off like immediately because he was not good. Like
I need to watch the new seasons. I haven't seen them, but yeah, that's actually something whenever I visit my dad loves that show, so I'll watch it with him. But was anyone else really sad that they brought back the second season of Ozark before Mindhunter? Like, I like Ozark, but Mindhunter's not coming out till 2019.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mindhunter is a better show. Like Mindhunter was actually interesting.
Yeah, Ozark just plays like a slightly worse version of True Detective.
Well, everything is like gritty and dark, and I get it or whatever. But like Mindhunter, at least is stylish and period and gritty and dark, which is fun.
I haven't. They're both in my queue. I haven't gotten to them yet.
Watch Mindhunter first, for sure.
Okay.
Plus, I look
I've heard
like
good
Ed
things
Kemper,
about
so I got that going for me.
Dude, Ed Kemper's one of the most interesting people to talk to. Have you watched that interview?
No.
He's got that going for him. I mean, minus the whole killing his mother and fucking her decapitated head thing, you know. That was a little far.
I was gonna do that for Halloween last year. Not that all of it, obviously, just like Ed Kemper from that show. And then I realized that I live in a place where I don't know anybody, and also I'm too lazy to dress up for Halloween, so that kind of just rained on my entire parade.
If I did that here, they'd be like, Netflix, what the hell is that?
Like it actually has to,
pretty good.
A, want to go to a party, and B, no parties I could go to for Halloween to make the effort worth it.
Just have a kid, and then you'll end up having to dress up.
Well, then maybe don't go as the psychopath from Mindhunter.
Right.
Got a kid with you.
Well, no, just
But
'cause,
it's
like,
good.
I've never been somebody that's like, oh, let me get a costume for Halloween or whatever. But now that we have a kid, it's like, oh, we have to do a family costume theme. So,
Dude, I loved pirates so much as a kid. I was a pirate for like 13 years straight. I still love pirates.
Yeah, the part he didn't tell you is from 15 to 28.
I still wish I'm a mermaid every time
Accurate.
I put money into a fountain. I still want to be a mermaid.
You're something with wings and a horn on your head every Halloween, aren't you?
Me? No.
Yeah. Come on. You spent so much
make
money
my
on
own
those wings, you
costume.
have to use them now.
Actually, they're getting repaired right now by my coworker. They're all fixed. I just need to get them back from him.
Okay.
Yeah, when I went to Tomorrowland, some people just, oh, what is that? And grab at it and rip wires out. And they're these like really thin wires. Like you don't even really have to, you don't use any solder. You just barely touch them with a soldering iron. And there you go. It's resoldered. But yeah, my buddy fixed it with his kids. I guess it looks like Frankenstein had his way with it. No.
Well, that's cool. You could be like an undead zombie unicorn with wings.
Actually, no. My sister and I, we're going to a concert thing for Halloween, like on the Friday before, and we've already decided on what we're gonna be. She's gonna be a lion tamer, and I'm gonna be a lion.
Right, so you get the furry action going.
I already have one. I made it like a couple years ago. One of those like spirit hoods or whatever, except for it looks like.
Yeah, and everyone loves a whip
That's
prop,
fun.
right? Because the
I
implication.
know. Well, so I was like, ooh, she should get one of those LED whips because that, is a thing.
Nothing feels better than sharp bulbs on your ass.
Oh God, I hope she wouldn't actually whip me with the LED whip.
You can't just have a toy whip and not use it though. Like that always gets used and then someone feels bad.
Have you seen the LED whips though? They're not meant for actually whipping people. It's essentially just a fiber optic those fiber cable things.
Somebody's definitely getting whipped with that.
Yes, people are gonna do it anyway, though.
Yeah.
People will get hit in the face with that thing. People like fling that around, and then somebody walks too close because they're like rolling or some shit, and then hit.
I will say the 1 year
has to do the poi fucking light sticks routine at every fucking rave that I used to.
You don't give a kid nunchucks. You just yeah. The one year that I was not a pirate, I was Indiana Jones, and I whipped myself in the fucking eye, and I was never Indiana Jones. A goddamn again.
Backed by Arts.
Well, the mother-in-law came to visit, and she brought. Hold on, I'll grab it. So I have. So he's 2.5, right? Hold on.
Besides, pirates get cap guns, which are fucking sweet. Oh, there we go.
She somehow thought that these would be a good idea for a 2.5-year-old who doesn't understand not to hit things with a plastic lightsaber and a sword.
That's what you get when you have a kid and you have relatives who don't have to deal with the consequences of their gifts.
Right. Well,
True.
she had 3 girls. She never had any boys growing up, so she's just like, oh, I didn't realize. It's like, yeah, he's gonna smack everything with that. Yeah. All breakable things have been moved. Like everything that can break has all been moved up like high now.
This is not even an age thing though. It's just a boy thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not like I haven't swung this thing around once in a while.
I remember the first time I ever went to a Renaissance festival. I bought an axe, immediately came home and broke my light.
Oh, Rick, did you dress
Just
up
like-
your hamster in a nice period costume for Christopher Columbus Day?
I don't celebrate Columbus Day, and neither does my hamster. He's not a fucking imperialist.
Indigenous Peoples Day then.
I just gave him some maize.
Dude, the dirty truth of Columbus Day. I think everyone knows at this point, right? But we still celebrate it just for the day off.
No, we still celebrate it to keep. Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to sound spicy, but we still celebrate it to keep the Italian Americans happy.
Well,
Yeah.
that's also true.
Yeah.
Because like,
But yeah,
It's-
out here like Philadelphia, New York, like for sure.
They're the ones who rewrote the history of Christopher Columbus. So
a fucking syphilitic psychopath somehow becomes like a national hero with his own holiday. Yeah, that's fun.
I'm surprised that they didn't just change his name to Tony Columbus or something.
Dent's gonna hurt me, is he?
Well, especially since he found Hispaniola, not even,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, hey, I found Haiti and the Dominican Republic. How's it going?
Yeah. And then I rounded him up and killed him.
But Vikings didn't, so there's that. That got proven demonstrably false, that no, the Vikings never made it to Finland. And it ended up being proven that it was literally some college kid printed it out of his, printed out a period map, made a realistic period map, and just made a fake path. And then said, the Vikings are here, and Yale accepted it because he was a student.
I mean, that's kind of baller.
I think they just did it as a joke, and they actually put it in the library, and like it became a thing.
You gotta admire the audacity.
Dude, don't you love that the Iron Islands in Game of Thrones are just like an unabashed version of Vikings?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is the best Viking show. You know why? Because Vikings sucks. There's a hot take.
I have never felt compelled to watch a drama on the History Channel.
Yeah, well, it's one of the few that isn't about ancient aliens.
Sure.
You know what show on the History Channel is baller as fuck? Forged in Fire.
Yeah.
Is that the one where
Yeah.
they make weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make like knives and shit.
Yeah, that's just pretty rad.
It's
My
just
dad
a bunch of it's just a bunch of blacksmiths like making cool weapons like with period accuracy. Like yeah, it's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. And then they're like, no, throw it at the realistic human body over there.
It's got like a giant wild hog that's dead. We're gonna see if it can kill it.
Yeah. We filled this watermelon with jelly. Now slice it in two.
Oh, dude, I miss watermelon, bro.
And it's always like there's some crusty old dudes who've been doing this forever, and then there's like the super over. And I mean, look at me. I'm not saying this to shame them, but the very rotund like proto-goths who just want to make like fantasy weaponry, and then you have like the homeschooled spazzes too. It's fantastic.
I
Somebody
imagine the best job on that show isn't being the guy that makes the weapons, right? It's being the guy that makes the things that they use the weapons on. You get to be so creative.
seriously, that
You're
is
like, I built this fake Trojan horse, and you have to stab it 45 times. Like,
No, like some of them too are just like, yeah, no. There's a guy out there who has to make like a fake wall of spears and just makes like 20 spears that just drop down to try to be cut through and then like lift back up. Like,
I want to imagine that's some kind of intern.
right?
they should make one with like medieval traps.
I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure that I've seen at least 3 contestants of that show go back to some sort of polygamous Mormon compound to do their foraging.
Basically, yeah, whoever's like, whenever you see their home forges, like half of them are cool and half of them are like, I got a pole barn.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's some part of like intrinsic human nature that you want to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like if there was a show called Will It Fly, and obviously it fucking won't, but you shoot it out of a catapult and see anyway.
I would like to offer you a development deal on the Discovery Channel for your new hit show, Will It Fly?
Well, Chuck looks like it doesn't fly.
Join us next time on Will It Fly when the answer is always no.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
Seriously.
You gotta have like a dramatic like plane taking off instead of like a sword being sharpened.
Yeah. God knows how many things I've watched getting smashed on YouTube.
Will it blend?
Okay, boys and Alicia, we're getting into the executive producer game. Let's go pitch some shows.
I like it.
Can it be a show about nothing?
We
Well,
already
I mean,
have-
there's already, all of these things we've already said are.
Well, Alicia, if you wear your wings, do you think you can fly?
Welcome to Will It Fly. I'm your host, Chud Truckley.
It seriously sounds like a great show, right?
I would watch that. I would watch that so hard. I wait until the Netflix collection came out and then binge watch it all in one night.
Wait, Indy's best. I have a question for you. You say that you watch The Walking Dead. Now, do you watch because you love the show, or do you feel like it's kind of like a lost time fallacy? You know, like, oh shit,
You're
I
already
spent a
so
lot of
far
time.
into it.
Yeah, you sunk a lot of time into it, so you feel obligated to watch it.
Dude, the comic is exactly the same way. I stopped reading that comic so long ago, and I think they're still putting out
Oh, they are. They
yeah.
are. It's still going. Yeah, it's still going.
But will a zombie fly?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Carl. Carl.
All right, I think that's time to wrap it up. I think that's the end of the show. Will the show end? Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you're asking, yes. I don't have outro music, so
It's just gonna stop now.
balls.
Balls.
Also balls.
Okay, I think we're off.
You think we're off?
I had stop, so
Fucking Chud Truckley, host of Will It Fly on the Discover Channel. Ah, there we go.
Yeah,
Now
we're going off, right?
I hit stop streaming.